Oh, it says I'm live, so here I am. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thirsty Thursdays. I'm Chantel Richey. Oh, I hope you all have had a good week. I hope you have been adjusting to new practices, and I hope that you've been kind to people, and I hope you've had some exciting times as we get back to this. It's Thursday. I like to pop on Thursdays with a delicious adult beverage, and tonight, it's just Diet Coke. You didn't know, one of my blessings is I'm back to work at Disney, and I'm back to performing. So I've had to change my diet. I've had to change my drinking habits. I've had to change a lot because that job can be a little unforgiving. So tonight because I'm back to being a very active cast member, I realize I need to go to bed early. So I'm going to enjoy this beverage, and I'll probably be asleep by 10 o'clock, so it's all good. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, I'm sorry, baby boy. Bonjour, comment ça va? See, I didn't know I was bilingual, did you? I'm not. I just know a couple of things. Anyway, it's been a fun week for me. If you were, Graham, hello. Benjamin, hello. Chef, no, I was going to say Chef to the Stars, but a star, Chef Ashley Nichols watching. Oh my gosh. If you've never had her cuisine, shame on you. She was my favorite and always will be my favorite Hell's Kitchen contestant. Child, almost won the whole thing. Bitter she did. Bien, merci. I had to finish that French conversation. Okay, Daniel, come on. I hope you'll come and compete again. DM me and we'll chat if you need anything. Oh, Cherise, yes, I love you. She's one of my Disney peeps. Haven't seen her in a minute because, in entertainment, we're not like other parks. We're global, so we can end up working in all the parks. But I used to bounce between them, and now I'm just at one, so I haven't got to see her in a minute. But I gave her my secret to a good supplement to enhance any sort of erotic experience, and it's called pineapple juice. Just because my goddaughter might be listening, everybody should drink pineapple juice for a sweeter sensation. If you think I'm kidding, try it. BJ Stevens, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Drink your juice, Shelby. Takes on a whole new meaning, doesn't it? Oh, I'm so glad we can laugh about this stuff because we still are dealing with trying times, and it's funny because I don't always. Let me rephrase that. I love having a voice, and I love going on the Thirsty Thursdays because a lot of times, oh, thank you, Jojo, miss you too. Baby boy, it's not if it's nasty, it's because they've been eating asparagus and not drinking their pineapple juice. Proper diet is always needed. Y'all, that is not what I'm trying to talk about tonight. No, I'm going to talk about things that I'm kind of thankful for, but I tell you, as of late, some of these things I talk about, people are scared to talk about, or people don't want to hear, or people don't want to listen. And I think that's what these things kind of go hand in hand about hearing and listening. Those are two different things. If you did not know they're two different things, trust me, they're two different things. A lot of times we can hear someone saying, but if we're not listening, we're not receiving it. And I kind of, I'm trying to blend what I want to talk about today because something actually happened today at work. And if y'all didn't know, I have an opinion. Not only do I have an opinion, I am a very strong-willed person. And I'm not this way because I came out of the womb this way. No, I used to be really, really sweet and kind, and used to be, everybody was good and everything was lovely. I remembered, thinking that one of my drag families was a family, and someone said, Chantel, you are so mistaken. We are not a family. And I realized, I can't make everybody do the right thing. I can't make everybody feel the right way. And after being shot down so many times trying to have a life with that Pollyanna attitude, I just kind of let it go. Side note, mom and dad, I actually was trying to figure out when would be good because of all this COVID thing, and I knew that you had the wedding. So we will pick a day soon. And I do mean soon, like in my truth, I wanted to make a nice dinner for y'all for thank you. If you didn't know, everybody else, when I'm talking to mom and dad, this is mom and dad who took care of me last year, a year ago, when my hernia was repaired. They're the type of family that are there through every sort of time, and they've always been there through my rough times. And introducing them to my boyfriend is one of the most joyful times. And mom, dad, that has to happen very soon because this COVID kind of put things on a delay. And when you're ready, I'm ready. Let's just put it that way. So we will get that scheduled. Yes. And I will do the cooking, that part, because I've been really good at my smoker. Oh gosh, I so digress. So, I am the person I am because I've gone through things. And when I tell kids it gets better, no, it doesn't. We just learn how to tolerate, how to absorb, how to deflect, and how to make sure we put our energies towards something positive when people are trying to bring us down. That's really what happens. It'd be nice to say one day the world won't have evil, but I don't think it's going to happen in my lifetime. So I will fight the good fight, but I'll always live above the negativity. Doesn't mean that I'm not wading in it. It just means I'm not drowning in it. I'd rather be ankle deep than neck deep. We handle our lives a whole lot better when we can do that. So we go to what happened today at work. And I've got to be very careful how I say this because, one, I said at work, so you don't know which one of my jobs it happens at. That can be protected because I work in more than one place. But it's not even a location. With every job, we are evaluated. With everything we do in life, we are evaluated. And that comes with, every job. You're either going to improve the bottom line of the company or you're going to improve your work performance. You're going to grow. So that has to happen. Evaluations in a good business should happen. Now, how they're delivered to you is the challenge. I want everybody to do this little exercise with me. I want you all to think about the perfect meal. Now, let's start with the perfect appetizer. I'm not going to lie, when I'm on a cruise ship, I like delicious escargot. Oh, dipped in that delicious garlic butter that just pop in your mouth. So I want to start with that, with some nice toasted French bread to go with it. Just that the flavors, the heat, the crunch. Oh, and then we're going to move on to a main course. Now, I know I shouldn't do it, but I love some chicken parmesan. And I love my pasta al dente. I love the cheese. I want that cheese oozing over that chicken, which is juicy. I love a lot of red sauce. So now I've had my delicious escargot. I've had my chicken parmesan. I have a delicious glass of wine to wash that all down. And for dessert, because I'm on a cruise ship, I'm going to order. There's all things I'm ordering, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm about to mess up. So now I'm going to also order to go with that. I'm going to order a delicious, I'll keep it simple, a hot fudge sundae, with some pecans, not some peanuts. Pecans are more expensive. They're delicious. So I have this whole thing. That's what I said I want. My mouth is watering. They're going to bring it out to me. So I'm now sitting in my table ready for my escargot, my chicken parmesan, my hot fudge sundae with pecans, my glass of wine, and the waiter brings it out on the lid of a garbage can. No plates. I mean, garbage can's clean, but he sits down a garbage can lid with all my food. Do I want to eat it? Ew, no. Why? Because of how it's presented to me. Now, if any of you have that same reaction, that's how feedback is sometimes given on the lid of a garbage can. Sometimes we get these people who think they are so above us, they can speak to us any sort of way, and we're just supposed to accept it. Sometimes there's people in our work life and in our lives who give the feedback in such a way that everybody says, well, that's just, to use the current term, that's just Karen. I'm not Karen. I'm not receiving it that way. I do not want to be disrespected. I do not want someone to bring me down. So we get into today, and I was going to be evaluated by someone who does not want to hear me. Well, today I was asked why I hadn't received what was said to me or what the problem was. I said, well, let me tell you the problem. I said, the problem was, immediately cut me off. Yes, I want to know what the problem is because I can't. I went, why did you cut me off? Don't cut me off. Well, apparently, this person is not used to being called out. So then it became a tug of war for me to even speak. And every time I started to speak, she'd say, I just don't know why they were not disconnect. Why we're disconnected. I went, would you let me speak? Would you stop interrupting me? And I finally got her to be quiet for a second. And I said, the first problem with any situation is when someone cannot be heard. We cannot get to the end of a resolution if we don't know what the problems are. She was not receiving me because she just wanted to hear me, but she didn't want to listen. And every time I stepped on something that may or may not have made her uncomfortable, there had to be a gesture. There had to be an eye roll. There had to be something. And with every one of those, I'm getting more and more aggravated. It got to a point when I tell you, I couldn't even get to an adult conversation with her, that my nerves were on. She had tap danced on my last gay nerve. And I knew me. And I knew me enough to say, I need a minute. And I sat down. She was so offended. She said, what? I said, she started in me. I said, please, can you give me a minute? And she said, I'm getting a manager. I'm not dealing with this. She didn't want to listen. She didn't want to hear. She didn't want to be challenged. And then she continues to be part of the problem. I probably had to spend 2 hours calming myself down. It's not that I can't be wrong, but when it's very clear you don't want to hear what the challenge is because you just want to be right and you don't want to be part of the solution when you are part of the problem. And to tell the truth, shame the devil, I'm part of the problem too. There was a problem. I'm trying to give information to get to the resolution, and she just didn't want to hear anything about it. She just wanted me to, when she said jump, I say how high. No, darling, that's not how it's going to work. Not with me. Not with me. Because I'm too grown and too educated just to blindly follow when I have other factors I have to deal with that you don't want to own. So, moral of that story is what? When you're in conflict with someone, listen to yourself and let me know. Are you hearing what they're saying, or are you listening? Here's going to be a good test. You ever get into a fight with someone and you don't think they've heard a word you say and you've heard everything they've said? Ask them to repeat back what you said. Say, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree to my point at all. But can you at least tell me what I'm saying? Most of the time they can't. And then you hit them back with, I know what you're saying. I don't agree with it, but you believe X, Y, and Z. And you start to regurgitate. The minute someone understands that they can't even tell you what you said, they will have an aha moment. It won't be pleasant. You can't play double dutch with one person. You right about that. And that's it with me. And and after I calmed down, and some of my coworkers calmed me down, and we had some meetings of the minds. I was better. I mean, still a little heated, but a little dancing shakes it right off. Sometimes we just need to be heard, and that's one of the reasons why I do Thirsty Thursdays, because sometimes I just need to be heard, and sometimes I need to be heard without being interrupted. And when we interrupt somebody, we're not listening to them. We just want to hurry up and get our point across and be done with it. Problems are still going to be there if you're in that big a rush. So now we also talk about people who, oh, Josh, oh, I can't wait to see you on Friday either. That being said, oh, good segue, Josh. That being said, yeah, we are back. The ladies of Savoy are back. Detention Saturdays is back at Savoy. I'm not going to talk about other clubs tonight by name because I know when we came back, with me being in charge of the ladies of Savoy, I tried to figure out in my mind what was going to be the best plan of attack to meet all the guidelines for bars reopening. Because Lord knows my bar friends suffered. I was lucky. Unemployment was my friend. Disney was my friend. I got back there. I had a savings account. I was blessed. Jonathan, that's okay. You can watch it in the recap. It rewinds. I was blessed to be back. Not everybody was. I had kids that were in, essential workers, so they've been working this whole time. Having to deal with people who don't want to follow safety rules. And somehow we got off track, everybody, where we think wearing a mask is our right and that supersedes everything. We forget that laws do not supersede other laws. Like, yeah, I have freedom of speech, but I can't scream fire in a theater. So you don't have to wear a mask, but that doesn't mean you can go everywhere because some places you have to wear a mask. You know where you have to wear a mask no matter what, and it's been since the beginning of time, is a hospital. Surgeons. Can you imagine a surgeon said, oh, I'm healthy, I don't have to wear a mask? That's just stupid. Why? Because they're coming to work healthy. They could pass a temperature check. They could pass a screening. We do it for safety. And sometimes we do it for people's individual comfort. You do it maybe not necessarily for yourself, but you do it because you want other people to feel healthy and safe. We do have an older population. We have people with compromised immune systems. A common cold might not kill me, but it could kill someone I love, or their mother, or their grandmother, or their great-grandfather. You never know what small little disease or infection you have that would do nothing to you, what that does to the next person. But we know COVID is here. We know it's real. We've seen the damning effects. It's not 6 degrees of separation from me. It's 2 or 1. Had to do a lot of praying for a friend of mine who was in the hospital for a month. Died or on the verge of death multiple times, and he's the miracle. I have friends who there was no miracle. It was just it. I have friends who sit there after all this is happening, all of a sudden going, I don't know how I got it. Said friends also were at parties where social distancing wasn't being practiced. And after they get it, they go, I don't know how I got it. I was careful. I tried to wear my mask. Not time for me to call people out at that point, but you know how you got it. You know exactly how you got it. You may not know which time you got it, but that's like what I'm saying. I don't know how I got pregnant, honey. Only one person had immaculate conception. So we're back doing drag shows, and there are some shows have been dinged and some have not. Like I said, the ladies of Savoy, I was very specific with the drag show. I learned from other clubs and attempts, and I handle them just like I handle my bingo. The ladies are required to wear face coverings while in the club, just like all the other patrons. I said the only time you can have your mask off or your shield off is when you're on that stage, because we can maintain social distancing guaranteed. I said, if you step off that stage, your shield has to go right back on. It was very refreshing, not only for that, to see that happen with all my girls, but to see an audience where every audience member wore a mask before I even said my monologue. I just did my number. I'm looking like everybody here has a mask on. It was refreshing to be in a club where the patrons were adults and the patrons were doing the right thing. So kudos to everybody there. I'm not going to lie. This is a shady business. It was very shocking to wake up this morning and see One of my sisters at another event that she hosted, not only not practicing social distancing, there was not one mask in that building. Everybody was dancing around. Everybody was on top of everybody. She even motorboated a woman. And it was almost like it was a mask protest, an anti-mask protest, where we're not going to do it. We don't care. Well, granted, they are Ocala. But there's videos, there's pictures, and that's what's gotten a lot of people in trouble. And they understand we are being watched, not just by our peers, but also by the government. They don't want to do another shutdown, so they're just going to shut down individual businesses. I believe the first offense, if the notice you're violating, is 30 days. The second is 60, and the third is 6 months or something like that. Exponentially gets way worse. Can any business afford to be shut down again? I don't think anybody can. I don't think people can afford to lose their jobs. And so I know the ladies of Savoy are doing their thing. But to see this entertainer choose to do that, have a grand moment. Yeah, she collected $1 or $5 or $10. But now she's going to take all of that and all those at least 100 people that she met, took pictures with all over, because she can't get it, which means she can't take it to her baby who's not even 1 year old yet. She's not going to take that home to that baby. How could that happen? COVID doesn't exist, apparently. People, you want to know why we still have challenges and why we're not open to 100%? Places like that. It's a simple thing to do. It is the same. You put on a mask, you put on a shield, you go out, you have a good time, you sit down, you get your place, take up, moving about the cabin. I'm not going to tell you just do it, but I will say this. There's this thing called herd immunity. And if you don't know about herd immunity, what they're saying is after a while, we will have our own antibodies for it because so many people have caught and gotten sick and gotten better. Well, with that model, it says 30% of the population will die. Think that 30% lives in Ocala, Florida, and goes to places like they're going because they can't get sick. Yet we hear about weddings that happen where they say, oh, it's not happening here. And then the entire group of people that went to that wedding all come out sick. Continue to do what you're going to do. I'm going to continue to do what I'm going to do. I had a gentleman walk up to me at my bingo, someone I actually consider a friend, had my shield. He said, take that shield off. I said, no. He's like, take it off, bitch. It's me. The very fact that you're telling me to take it off and you're demanding I take it off because you don't like it shows me two things. One, you don't respect me and my choice for safety. And two, you are so stupid, you're going to be part of the herd that dies. And I will cry tears at your funeral if it goes that way. But eventually those tears will dry up and I'll go on with my life. All because you don't want to wear something in front of your face. We all make choices. I'm going to make mine, and I'm not going to make apologies for it. I'm not going to make apologies for wanting people to treat me well. I'm not going to make apologies for wanting people to respect me, respect others. And I'm not going to make apologies for people who don't want to do the right thing. So, if you are in the market for some entertainment that is fun-filled, safe, and adult, tell you a couple places you can go. You can join me every Wednesday at Bingo at the Palmer House, 6:15. We're in the disco where social distancing is now the norm, not the exception. You will wear your masks. I give out free drinks. We win free drinks. We drink a lot on the cheap drinks. And then you have Dollar Tree prizes, which a lot of it is chocolate. It is a good time to be had. Come on down. Every Friday night, now I can say we are back at the Ladies of Savoy at Savoy Nightclub in beautiful downtown Orlando. Social distancing is encouraged. Masks are required. Temperature checks are taken at the door. Ladies of Savoy will be going on every Friday at 11 p.m. We social distance in the room. We have a good time. You know what's, oh, yes, Josh, Ginger reminded me, I usually have pork rinds on the prize table, and they are delicious. We also have events coming up. The biggest one, of course, is Come Out with Pride. If you are available, please make yourself available. Come out and see this new parade. It's going to expand 17 miles long. I have the extreme privilege of being one of this year's Grand Marshals, so much so that they've also included me in the Pride in the House virtual drag show on October 10th. You'll be wanting to watch that because there are going to be some great name entertainers in there. So I really hope they put me early in the lineup so they will have to compare me to the others because, wow. And that's it. So please come out and join me tomorrow at Savoy Nightclub. I'll get there early. We'll have a beverage or 2 or 5. If there's something you want me to talk about on Thursdays, or if you need an opinion given, yeah, I'll give it. Oh, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you have a very entertaining weekend. I hope you're getting back or adjusting into your new normal where this feels like old hat. I'm going to sign off here because I know I'm going to be going to bed here in the next hour because Mama's tired. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope I see you again. And until next time, I am Chantal Richey, and I wish you all to have what? A gay day. We'll see.